just plain old enchantment. And on Friday, we have the Journey 2010, which is basically an audio blog that is about 15 minutes long. So thank you for joining me. The call-in number is 646-727-3868. And when we come back from our station break, we seem to have a lot of these today, but when we come back from our station break, I would like to give you a little bit of a guideline to follow in order to take your conversation to the level of being something that you are using to consciously create the reality that you are getting to experience. Because I am noticing that our day-to-day experience is going to shape our reality. Our day-to-day conversation shapes our reality whether or not we do it intentionally. And so if we do it intentionally, we get to create an enchanted life. And I think that in the long run is what we all really, really want to have. We all want to have an enchanted life. So when we come back,
you are tuned to LWT-TV, broadcasting live and on demand from Blog Talk Radio and LWTTV.com. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are here to inspire, uplift, inform, and entertain on the web and in your car. LWT-TV, your inspiration portal.
And we're back. I do want to remind you that the Kona Lotus Mana Center is in the south end of this island, the big island of Hawaii. Their website is KonaLotus.com. That's KONALOTUS.com. I invite you to go and check them out. They are phenomenal. And now we are going to take a look at how you can converse and story a new life. Because ultimately, we are interested in creating a life that is what we dream of. And oftentimes, for myself, I have been very focused on whatever it is that I'm experiencing as opposed to whatever it is that I want to experience. Because whatever it is that I'm experiencing is right in my face. And so it sometimes is a little difficult to think about anything other than what is right in your face. First of all, I have noticed that if I pay attention to my inner dialogue, I get a chance to see what my pulse beat is. Because the inner dialogue is that conversation that goes on inside your head. Whether it is, wow, it's a gorgeous day today, or why haven't they emptied the garbage yet? You know, both things are happening in the same day. Which one do I want to put my attention on? And so when I place my attention on the happy things, the uplifting things, I notice that my day is happy and uplifted. And even when curveballs come at me, things that I did not expect come at me, they don't throw me. It's kind of like I just kind of embrace them and go, yeah, that's what's going on, and let's see, I'll just do this now. And it becomes a walk in the park. It becomes a journey of pleasure. And when you're going for a walk in the park, for example, you don't go for a walk in the park and go, oh, my God, the wind is blowing. Oh, my gosh, here's a puddle. Oh, look, there's a pebble. Oh, my God, I got to step around that. Let's see, how do I do it? Yeah, we just go for a walk. And we enjoy this breeze and the trees and the flowers and the, I don't know, birds, whatever is out there. We just enjoy it because we're happy to be outside. And it's a beautiful day. And everything is wonderful. Whatever's going on in our head is whatever is going on in our head, and it's all good. So when that's the inner dialogue, then whatever comes up in the day is just part of the wonderfulness. But if whatever the inner dialogue is happens to be disruptive and unpleasant and unhappy, then that's how the day goes. So the first step, I think, is to pay attention to what the inner dialogue is. And one of the things that Abraham Hicks says is don't try to suck back up the things that you said that maybe you think, oh, my gosh, that was a bad thing. I didn't want to say that. And you try to change the conversation in the middle of, whatever it is that's coming out of your mouth. And then, of course, you paid more attention on whatever it was that you didn't want to say. So the other thing to do is to just observe the conversation that's going on in your head. You don't have to change it right that second. Just observe it and go, oops, that's where I'm at today. And later go back and tell a new story. And to tell a new story, nature abhors a vacuum. And I have seen this over and over in my own life. And there are people who know me who realize that I have manifested that nature abhors a vacuum thing in my life because all of my flat surfaces in my house tend to fill up. It's interesting that if you are going to remove something, if I'm going to remove something from my reality, then I have to replace it with something. And so part of the story then is to take away what you don't want and put in what you do want and allow it to be easy. It all needs to be easy because if it's not easy, you're butting your head against the wall and you're not telling the story that you want to tell. And like I said, the story is it's how we create our world. So you tell a new story, and you feel the story, and you believe the story. And you know that it's working when you find your unconscious thinking being, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is great. I had a situation in my own life yesterday that really kind of got me on this little path, and that was I had an incident that happened in my life that I could have let throw me for a real loop. I mean, it could have turned me on my ear. And I think that I actually handled it rather well because all in all, it wasn't that bad. It could have been a whole lot worse than it was. And I noticed it. And I'm telling a new story. And letting that new story be what it is that I want to experience in my life rather than whatever the reality is, because reality is however we make reality. So those of you who are on the chat line and you want to, okay. One of the people in the